On a cloudy morning in September 1983, the eyes of the world turned unexpectedly toward the gray, looming walls of Her Majesty's prison maze, nestled amid the fields outside Lisburn, Northern Ireland. The maze was notorious. Built for maximum security during the height of the Troubles, it was designed to contain some of the most determined Republican prisoners, men hardened by conflict, discipline, and the belief in their cause. Yet for all its watchtowers, fences, and armed guards, the maze would, in a matter of hours, become the stage for the largest prison escape in UK history. Life inside the maze was a study in tension. Steely routines, regular head counts, and an unyielding schedule defined the days. But beneath the surface, a meticulously coordinated plan was taking shape, one born from months of covert communication, smuggled notes, and iron resolve. 38 volunteers from the Provisional Irish Republican Army, all held in H Block 7, put their trust in clockwork timing and absolute secrecy. The plan hinged on a daring combination of ingenuity and audacity. Weapons, handguns, cleverly hidden during visits or in supplies, had entered the prison before scrutiny could catch them. Carefully, the prisoners distributed roles among themselves. Some would subdue guards, others would make the way out clear, and a few were tasked with hijacking the vehicles needed to breach the outer gates. Just as important were decoys and distractions, designed to give the operation those few extra, precious seconds. With the first shift change in mid-morning, the operation began. Prisoners overpowered unarmed guards, using both the threat and reality of violence. Handcuffs were applied to staff and some were forced to don prisoner uniforms, sowing chaos and confusion. Within minutes, the conspirators managed to seize the block, restrict the alarm systems, and overwhelm a reluctant clockwork. The next phase was even riskier, breaching the outer perimeter. Disguised as visitors and now controlling a food delivery van, the escapees neared the main gate. Under duress, a prison officer was forced to drive. Guards at the gate, unable to make sense of the garbled radio calls and desperate faces, swung the heavy doors open. The truck barreled through, followed by the prisoners, swarming out amid gunfire and alarm bells. Of the 38 men who burst into freedom that day, some melted away into the countryside. Others hijacked cars, changed clothes, and slipped into sympathetic communities. Manhunts stretched for weeks, then months, as British security forces mounted roadblocks and scoured the island. Some escapees reached the Republic of Ireland, where extradition law provided protection. Others made it further afield, crossing to Europe or even further continents, vanishing into the fog of history or emerging later in new chapters of the conflict. For the British authorities, the Maze escape was a seismic shock. Designed to be escape-proof, the prison's vulnerabilities had been ruthlessly exposed. Official inquiries followed amid questions about staffing, intelligence, and the possible collusion or complacency that allowed weapons inside. For prison officers, the trauma was deep. Many were injured, and one guard died of a heart attack soon after the turmoil. The impact rippled far beyond the steel gates. To supporters of the IRA, the escape became legendary, a vivid demonstration of resolve, resourcefulness, and the belief that no cage, however fearsome, could contain their struggle. To others, it underscored the ongoing volatility of Northern Ireland, the challenge of balancing security and justice, and the deep foundations of a conflict still far from resolution. Decades have passed since that autumn morning, but the Maze prison escape lingers in memory, a testament to the turmoil of its times, and a reminder of how, even behind the highest walls, the human will for freedom can find unforeseeable cracks.